Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Cat's Cottage. Hope everybody's got them a nice cup of tea or cup of coffee. That's wonderful, isn't it? Let me see. Let me light my candle this morning. I'll light my little candle, my scent candle. Always light one of these so I can give a little scent in the house. There we go. And I'm putting it right there. I don't think y'all need to constantly look at my face. I put a little top on it. You can see how it's got soot there. It catches the soot, and all I do is just wash it off once in a while. There we go. Okay. Yesterday, when I cooked that meal, for kitchen sounds, I thought about something, and it may come back to some of y'all, and maybe it didn't happen to y'all, or I think the younger people were like, wow, they did that, how boring. But in a way, it wasn't boring to me. As a kid, I knew exactly what I was going to eat that night. We didn't have, when we had breakfast, but it wasn't like, you're going to get some breakfast every morning. It was, of course, the breakfast is a whole nother menu. But anyway, I'm going to try to get what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is you had a certain food that you ate a certain day, and that was just the way it was. I mean, for instance, on Sunday, like I cooked yesterday, I cooked the chicken, the mashed potatoes, and the peas. And you noticed how now, I know my husband wasn't raised this way. I could tell by the way he ate his food. You put the mashed potatoes down, and you made this little dip in it. Either you put gravy in there, or you put green peas. And when he got his plate, he just all over the plate. I mean, it was just, and it made it cold really fast, I think. And it just, I'm like, oh, I can't watch that person eat. But you would eat it, you would scoop the potatoes up with the peas. You didn't go whipping it all around and making a big mess in the plate. But anyway, I'm going off somewhere else again. But we had a schedule, and I was trying to remember all the days and the foods, and maybe some of y'all that know what I'm talking about can help me out. Now, Sunday was fried chicken, mashed potatoes mostly, with peas or gravy over the top. And you made that little dip in the mashed potatoes so you could get quite a bit of gravy in there. Oh, it was that brown gravy, y'all. I can still see it. Really good. And of course, back then it was real potatoes. It wasn't from a package, But anyhow, that was the Sunday meal. But to prepare that meal, that's another whole story, To prepare the chicken, that's another story. But anyway, Sunday was fried chicken. Monday was red beans and rice. Now that's white rice cooked and put in a plate. I might show y'all that too, just for memory's sake. Not that y'all don't know how to do it or seen it. But you have the white rice at the base of the plate, and then you take the red beans and you pour that over. Depending on how you like it. Some people like a lot of juice on that, or dry. Oh, excuse me. This coffee's talking to me. And then on top of that, you sprinkled chili pepper, you know, like you liked it. It was kind of like a plate you were fixing like you liked, you know. I like the beans this way, I like that. You know, you didn't separate the rice here and the beans here. You didn't do that. The rice was put on the plate, and then the beans were put on the top of that. Red beans, not kidney beans, not any other kind of beans. What are they? Pinto? Yeah, the red pinto beans. They're put on the top, and you didn't go and get you a bowl of beans by yourself, by itself. That was no. You didn't do that. You ate it just like you were supposed to eat it. You know, that's the way you ate it. And then you had cornbread on the side. And if there was cornbread left over later, I mean, after everybody had eaten, if there was cornbread left over, you would get you a glass of milk or buttermilk. And as I didn't like buttermilk at all when I was a kid. And not a lot of milk, just some milk. But you'd put the cornbread in there first. In your glass, you'd push that cornbread in that glass, and then you'd put the milk over it. And you got a spoon, and you ate it that way. That was almost like a dessert. It was like your dessert. But the red beans and rice was on Monday. Now, I'm trying to remember the other days, and I've gotten foggy with what was the rest of the days. I can remember my mother, some of the things she made was, I guess it was, I don't know that it was, she made neck bone and greens. She made cabbage. Now, she didn't fry cabbage like I do. I didn't learn that till I got moved in with the Italian family. But she boiled cabbage. And I remember having the cabbage. And spaghetti was just never, it was never cooked. Pasta, we never ate that stuff. And once in a great while, she'd say, I'm going to make meatballs and spaghetti. And I mean, I was just, oh my gosh. But it wasn't on the days that were scheduled for that other food. No. That's what I'm trying to get at. These foods were for these days, and that was it. There wasn't a change up. Like, oh, hey, I like that rice and beans you made the other day. How about making another one? No, you didn't. That was a Monday scheduled food. And Sunday was fried chicken. Now, my mother, I just can't remember the rest of the days. They're just a blur. Maybe there wasn't other days. I don't know. Maybe it was just whatever you could fix, you know. I remember her making poor man's soup or bum soup or something like that. She'd go through the refrigerator or wherever she had it stored, vegetables that were, you know, needed to be cooked, and she'd take them and cook them up. If she had any kind of meat left over that was, you know, maybe in the freezer or something, she'd put that in there and some onion. And I remember eating that, and that's how I learned to cook soup so much. But I don't remember a lot of soup growing up. I mean, I do the soup now because I think it's healthy, you know, and I don't remember a lot of soup growing up, but maybe y'all can help me out. I've got 2 days and the rest is a blur. My mama made chili, and she made it, I don't know if y'all remember, it was these square packs. I remember and you'd unpeel it and it was kind of greasy red like. And you put that into the meat, and that was the chili. I don't know what it was called. I don't know what it was, but it was about that thick, and it was about that long, and it was a white package, and she'd cut it open and open it and then dump it in. It may have been a flavoring, but yeah, she made chili, and her chili was really good. I can't, I remember her using some of those chili packs later, you know, those little dry packs. So maybe that's what that block was, just a flavoring. But when I was growing up, we didn't have a lot of meat. We didn't have a lot of dairy products, and we didn't have much white bread, sliced white bread. That was only for school, and it was bought when school would start, and we didn't go into it. That was, you know, it was cheap, but it wasn't cheap back then, you know, if you're buying bread and stuff. It wasn't cheap for the amount of money you earned. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I was thinking about that yesterday, and I cooked that chicken and those mashed potatoes and peas deliberately to try to bring back my memory and see if this looked familiar to any of y'all. The you know, that combination of the mashed potatoes and peas on top. And my husband, he was born in Mississippi, but he was raised here. He came here when he was 2, so he was raised here. And that's not a food for Memphis. I mean, and he'll look, you know, he looks at it and he thinks, I don't really like peas, but he has started eating peas since he's met me, and he likes it. They're kind of a sweet bean, and if you're gonna put it in your soups and things, just go easy with it. You know, don't, like, you might not want to dump a whole can in there, or if it's dried, a whole load. But yeah, peas have a sweet type of and that's why you're a little careful in your soups and things. You don't want to mess the flavor up, you know. But yeah, and his son was like, what do you do with them, or what do they look like, or what do they, I mean, he says, what do you do with them, what do you like them, you know, talking to his dad, because he, like, what are you doing eating those things, you know. The other thing I ate when I came here, and it was avocados, yeah. Oh, I loved avocados, and my mother, once in a while, she would get avocados, and, you know, of course, we fought over she'd have to cut them up in slices, and you know, she'd salt and pepper them and put them in a big plate, and we kind of fought over them, you know, us kids. And but when I got here, they're like, my lordy, what is she eating, you know? What is that? And then they taste, ooh, what is that, you know? And it's just, I guess it's just different places. And now everybody's wanting guacamole dip, you know. They go in a restaurant, Mexican restaurant, let me some of that guacamole. Can I put some on the side? And when I got here, 68 maybe, 67, you didn't find any guacamole anywhere. You didn't find any avocados hardly in the grocery store. And it was, you know, I had to really search to find them. But that's just funny. I'm trying to go back to what I'm trying to ask. If anybody remembers what comes after the Sunday meal and the Monday meal. I was trying to think, what are the next meals, if there were any? Were there any more, or is it just whatever you got after that, you know? Mama cooked chicken and dumplings. I don't know if that was, I don't remember if that was a schedule, you know. I don't think it was. But yeah. But after you came back from church, when I was a kid, before I was born, my mother and daddy went to church because Mama told me all about everything, you know. And then after I was born, and you know, they didn't go to church anymore, but I would catch a ride from my friend down the street, and we're talking uh, gravel road, gravel meaning oyster shell road, and all like a half mile down the road, that was my neighbor, you know. And I caught a ride with her to a local Baptist church. You know, by myself. Nobody went to church but me. I don't want to talk about this, but when I come back, I'm trying to get to cleaning of the chickens. The chickens were there waiting on us, waiting on me, and my brothers and sisters. You know those big old drum tubs? Daddy filled it with boiling water. He boiled the water underneath it, and then he'd kill the chickens, and he'd turn them over on their feet, and he'd drain them on the fence, and the blood would drain out. And time I got back from church, they were ready to go. And so anyway, you put it down, you held its feet, and you put it down in that boiling water, and you pull the feathers off. There is no smell like that on earth anywhere. That, and y'all know what I'm talking about, some of y'all that's done it. That's the only, I've never smelled that anywhere on earth, what it smells like, plucking a chicken. And that was going to be our Sunday meal, so we had to, you know, we had to clean the chickens to eat. But anyway, I remember the Sunday is, you know, kind of like you have to be punished before you eat, you know, by plucking the chickens. And anyway, that Sunday was chicken, fried chicken, and Monday was red beans and rice, and I can't remember past that. That's what I'm asking. I can't remember what else there was. My mother cooked biscuits, and she cooked cornbread. She cooked those hush puppies that are fried in the skillet. She didn't do a lot of frying. You know, I think I do more frying than she ever did. It was mostly in an oven or on the stove boiling. It never was fried that much. When she'd leave, and you know, I was a little older. When she'd leave, well, older, I was in maybe the first grade. You know, she couldn't take all her kids with her. She'd leave me to watch the house, and as soon as she left, I'd peel up me some potatoes and fry them, you know. So she didn't mind. Potatoes were really cheap then, you know, as long as you didn't completely eat them up. But yeah. But I remember I did burn a few pans, and I had to eat them or dispose of them somewhere out of sight. Maybe I went out there and gave them to the chickens. I don't know what I did, but if I burned anything, I hid it. Afraid I was going to burn the house down, maybe. Anyway, I hope I brought a memory back yesterday, cooking those chicken. And yes, I do use a skillet with a lid when I fry, and cook real low, so it'll cook all the way through. But I didn't this time because I just wanted to make a quick video, and those chicken pieces came from a meat market somewhere in Tennessee. There, my husband picked them up when he was hunting. When he was come back, he stopped off there and he picked up some meats, and they were like drummies, I would guess. But the thing about it, they cut the knuckles, I mean the joints off here, and tried to cut it off at the top, and it made it look really funny. You know, it was meat, and it had us on each end. Like, it's kind of strange, but I'd really like to have the thing whole, you know, cook it myself. yeah, I'm not sure why that was cut off. I don't know. But it came in this huge pack, and it was like it was almost set up like it was for guys to pick up to watch football, you know. Cook it up in the oven maybe with something on it, and then I think that's what that sack was for, you know. But they were little. I mean, they might as well have been chicken nuggets, the way it was like a chicken nugget with a bone running through it, you know. But yeah, that's why I did that. I just, you know, was trying to make a quick video, and I didn't even bother getting the lid out. But they got cooked all the way through because they were so small, you know. And but anyway, I'm glad you're enjoying the kitchen sounds. I kind of like it too. I've gone back and looked at them just to listen to the sound. I think if I was in a situation where I couldn't cook anymore, or I was confined in a room or wheelchair, or, you know, where I couldn't, or bed, or where I couldn't do it. And, you know, some of us, we don't know what's going to happen in life. We don't know which way life is going to take us, you know, in our final years, or even when we're young, we could be in an accident, you know. We don't know, you know. So, but yeah, I can see now how you'd like listening to that. And now even that one with the dishes, washing the dishes. I forget I don't have a mic. I need to pull this up a little. I'm sorry if it's real low on you. It's just my mic went out on me again. I mean, I'm starting to use them up like Kleenex, you know. But when I pull the part of the mic out from the side of my phone here, it comes out for a while, and then before I know it, it's stuck in there. And then that's pretty much the end of it, you know. It might be able to put it back together for a time or two, but after that, it don't work anymore, you know. So, but anyway, that's why I don't have a mic, and I think this has happened. This might be my third, fourth time this has happened. So I hadn't really figured that out. I need that opening right there to charge my phone, so I can't leave it in there, you know. So I'm just hadn't quite figured out how to handle that. But anyway, I'd like to know if anybody remembers the scheduling of the food menu. You know, I can't recall. So, but it's been good talking to y'all this morning, and I know I might be talking kind of weird to people who don't, what the crap is she talking about? We never had no menu schedule. That was her crazy mother. But no, it was pretty much known. Everybody did it, you know. It wasn't, you know, wasn't my crazy mother. It was everybody, you know, scheduled it, had it that way. I grew up on the coast, and I don't know if that's just Southern, or if that was just the times, you know. Now, they have a frozen meal, and it kind of reflects it a little bit. It's Swanson, I believe it was Swanson, or one of those other frozen meals. They'll have a meat, and they'll have mashed potatoes and peas on the side, and it reminds me of that, you know, schedule of that meat, you know, that meal. But anyway, it's good talking to y'all, and I hope I hadn't bored you to death. You know, you can always just go. You don't have to stay. But I just want to hope that y'all have a great day, and I want to have a great day, and we'll try to stay positive. Bye-bye.